Finding NFTs is oftentimes very hard. Well, today I found 3 that I think are truly quality projects that I think you guys might like. So if you're new, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more daily NFT videos, and let's get right into it. So the first NFT I'm going to show you guys here is something called Rad Rugs, and this is actually available on the Solana blockchain, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I love this project. I don't own one of these yet, but I do plan on picking up one very, very soon because let's be honest, guys, this is really unique. So what these folks do is essentially rank different projects and audit other NFTs. Now, auditing platforms have been around for a while. Certic is one of the most popular ones. They famously did the audit for Shiba Inu's Shiba Swap and tons of other projects. So the problem with a lot of NFTs is there really hasn't been a way to audit them or to get an idea of whether or not an NFT is truly a rug pull. Now, there's certain advice you could take, like, hey, if this website is illegitimate, stay away from it. If you feel like they're not being honest with their community on Twitter, stay away. There's certain fundamental principles you could use, but what I love about Rad Rugs here is that they are actually launching rankings where they will take a look to see whether or not a project is a rug. So, for example, when we take a look at their website, we could look on their app here, and essentially what they are showing you is different examples of projects. So, this is their security leaderboard, and we have tons of different projects here, a lot of which are pretty popular, and they're giving them an overall rating as to how they are in terms of how trustworthy they are, their community, whether or not they plan on rug pulling people. And you guys can see here on the right under the community alerts tab all of the different projects that have recently rugged or been suspected rugs. And this is awesome because there's so many people who unfortunately just get unlucky and on their first venture into the NFT world end up finding a really scammy project. So I think this does have a nice use case, and they actually do have stuff for Ethereum coming in soon, it looks like. So that is awesome as well. And you can look on this list, and there are just a ton of projects that are routinely coming on this list here that look to be honestly rated. So there are some of these that are a little bit mixed, some of which are very clear rugs, and I think this is a great way to keep people safe. Again, I've never seen a project that has done something like this, and you could check out their collection on websites like Magic Eden and pick one up. It is pretty cheap, so I'm definitely looking into getting one of these under 1 Solana right now. So if these do have some weird blow up, I think this might be a good chance. Before we go any further, guys, make sure to check out my Patreon, linked down below in the description. If you guys would like to join my NFT dojo, that's where I do bi-weekly calls discussing your NFTs, whichever feedback you would like. I also keep you guys up to date on which NFTs I buy and sell. You have access to a private Discord community, my free altcoin checklist, and so much more value over on my Patreon down below for only $10 a month. To be honest with you, I think it's a steal. I think you guys will also enjoy it. So definitely check it out with the link down below in the description to my Patreon. So the next project I wanted to cover here is called Desolates Metaverse, and you guys can see that January 11th is going to be the final mint for these guys, and this is really cool because it's almost like Decentraland. It is some type of digital real estate, of course, but the graphics are not particularly great, and you guys can see the frame rate is particularly terrible. I mean, oh my goodness, probably 10 frames per second, but I don't think it particularly matters because ultimately, even though the graphics and the actual game itself isn't visually stunning, I just like what they're doing. I like the fact that their website instantly takes you to a tour of what they're building. They were minted on the Magic Eden launchpad, and that's where you'll be able to get them on January 11th. So it seems they have a really nice community behind them, and it just feels like they're flying under the radar. It's just nice to see something that's already built, even if there's a lot of room for improvement, which again, there definitely looks to be some room for improvement here. I still like the fact that they have something already built. They're not simply teasing a meta project they'll have. They already have something out here. And say this manages to be one of the bigger Solana metaverse projects, you could very easily come on here, maybe buy some land or something in the future, or however they're going to work it, and that could be a big competitor to Sandbox and Decentraland, which currently run on Ethereum. So I'm always looking for Decentraland competitors on Solana. I'm a big Decentraland fan. I love my my mana, but it's nice to see a competitor on Solana of sorts, because again, Solana is a smaller market right now, and I do feel like it could grow well in the future. The next project I wanted to talk about with you guys is called Voyagers Unknown, and this has one of the strongest Twitter followings I've seen as of late. They remind me a lot of the Hape Beast Gang project out there, which is very big as well. And these guys are on Ethereum, but you guys can see their community here is pretty crazy. And to be honest with you, I think these character designs are like really, really clean. I love the look of it all, and it's just a nice website, man. I mean, it reminds me an awful lot of like Grand Theft Auto, perhaps, in NFT form. You know, it reminds me a lot of that. There are going to be 5,000 Voyagers that journey into the unknown, and you will have a personal passport for this world, which is a redeemable document that will grant benefits such as exploring new worlds or even changing history itself. So it reminds me of like Grand Theft Auto meets like Pop Tropica or something weird. I just like these designs. I think they're really well done. Again, the website is done with, you know, a sort of sense of sustainability in mind. I think this really looks like current and not dated or clunky like a lot of other NFT sites. You know, they have a few people here who are very transparent with their social media links and stuff. Just something about the aesthetic here. I have a hunch this is going to be a very big project. Again, the hype surrounding them on Twitter here is huge, and it feels as if they're doing everything right. When I look at this project, I don't think social media manager for $5 an hour. That's not what I think. When I look at their Twitter, I look at their website, it seems like, just with my intuition here, that these guys have done basically everything right. And again, these models are cool. Like, you know, they're definitely not the most unique NFT art I've seen, but I definitely think that they are doing what they seek to do better than most of their competitors. So this sort of 3D kind of profile picture art kind of thing that they're doing definitely looks to me, at least, like they're doing a better job than a lot of their competitors. So overall, guys, I hope you all have enjoyed the video. Definitely do let me know down below in the comments which of these projects was your favorite. Remember, folks, that with NFTs in general, we have to be as choosy as possible sometimes because we don't have an unlimited budget. And right now, as we are re-entering the sort of next NFT bull market, at least it feels like the next NFT bull market for me, I would say that you need to be very, very particular with all of these metaverse projects that promise to have something. They have a game in development. They have a digital world in development. Be very careful with all these projects because more than 50% of them, I would say, are going to have something that is either very lackluster or non-existent at all. And you could tell this by going to look on OpenSea or Solana or wherever you buy NFTs. If you go look under projects that are all in the gaming metaverse sort of theme, most of them aren't doing all that well, to be honest with you. That's because there are so few that actually are outperforming the rest, and the majority of them are launching products or NFT worlds that are just either lackluster or not gaining enough traction to ever be worth anything. So definitely do keep things like this in mind. I always do like to keep you guys safe out here. And of course, if you guys would like to know what NFTs that I am personally buying, make sure to check out the Patreon again. Link down below in the description, patreon.com/Matt Garbarino. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I'll see you all on the next video. Peace.